So then when I had to get sober, I moved from there 2 blocks over to Boys Town and got involved in gay recovery, which is just the most accepting, loving, like gracious people I've ever met in my life. It was the opposite of Wrigleyville, so great. And there I met my best friend in recovery, this guy named Wayne. And Wayne, the first day I met him, he still had the handcuff marks on his wrist from the night before when he had crashed his Audi and tried to get the cops to shoot him. And they didn't, which is how you know that Wayne is white. It's super important to have wild friends because their stories are the best. You know what I mean? Like, normal friends, their stories will be like, you won't believe the way my boss looked at me today. But your wild friends will be like, you won't believe the amount of money I'm embezzling. I'm like, I want that. I want that story. And I learned this early on because, and this is true, in 3rd grade, this kid came up to me, this kid named Mike, 3rd grade, picture a 3rd grader, and he comes up to me on the playground and he goes, hey, I have a great psychiatrist. You should take one of his cards. And he had stolen a stack of business cards from his psychiatrist. So not only was he in seeing a psychiatrist in 3rd grade, he was stealing from him as a prank. I was like, this is my best friend for the rest of my life. That's the funniest thing in the world. None of us could ever do that because you have to be in 3rd grade to make it perfect. You know what I mean? So good. So Wayne loved meth. Couldn't get enough of the stuff. He did so much meth that he got good at computers. You're my favorite person alive. That's a really specific amount of meth, right? Because you don't do enough, you're just a normal guy. If you do too much, you end up worshiping VCRs. And that's a whole other... This is hard for your family. But so Wayne, this is what he did. He worked for this insurance firm, and he was the IT guy, and he took all their computers and created a lock-safe system that only he could access. So they had to keep paying him to fix their computers, do you understand? So they were like, he was extorting them for their computer system. Yeah. Which is how he got meth rich, which is a lot of, it's great. Because we were getting sober together, and when you're getting sober, all you do is like shake and smoke cigarettes and complain. That's the whole thing. And so we would just do that in diners together, and he would like buy me hamburgers all the time. It was a really beautiful, for me, a beautiful relationship. One time I did have this experience where I went to his house and he was hooking up with a guy that looked exactly like me. All right. Except for this guy was the most confident person I'd ever seen in my life. And I don't know if you've met the you that believes in himself, but it is humiliating. He looked so good, perfect hair. He had a puka shell necklace, and it worked. That's like wearing a tire iron for an earring. And like, this guy's so hot, he makes it work. I don't know how. He was so confident, he goes to my friend, he's playing PlayStation, he goes, Wayne, get me a pizza. What are you, Rick Ross? Like, who talks like that to another human being? That's how confident he was in their relationship. This is how confident I am in my relationship. The other day, I accidentally called my girlfriend by the dog's name. That's not something you do when you're feeling real good about it. You don't usually make mistakes like that, you know what I mean? And it wasn't like she was in the other room so I could play it off. I was looking right in her eyes. I go, hey, Cody, uh-oh. That's the dog's name. 2 weeks later, she goes, hey, Mort, when's the dog's birthday? I go, August 16th. Everybody knows that. But I should have pretended like I didn't know, because then she asked me what her her birthday was. Yeah. Like a 1980s comic. I didn't know. I go, trick question, you don't have a birthday. It's June 19th. She has